So leading up to the show, we were supplementation wise. We were using. I'm a big advocate of BCAs and EAAs, essential amino acids, as a fuel source and for anti-catabolic properties. So and the good thing about them is that BCAs, they are three essential amino acids that are required for triggering muscle growth. The main one being leucine. And if you have that around workout times, it will trigger muscle growth and also start the muscle growing procedure after a training session. So what we tend to do is we tend to use like the intra workout time for nutrition one, which is good around workout time, powder form, and you just put it into water, mix it, take it straight away, and then you normally take it before. Some people take it during because it is intra, but we just take it just before and after normally. Obviously a good whey protein powder is good when we're dieting. I think just from a sanity point of view, not necessarily that you definitely need it as an essential. I wouldn't say it's an essential thing that you need, but we put it in there just to kind of mix the diet up a bit. Obviously the stats on it weigh up pretty well for dieting. It's high in protein, it's low in carbs, low in fats, so all the things that we want when we're dieting. And I tend to like make a lot of things, so I don't get those cravings for biscuits and cakes and stuff. I'll make keto cakes and keto this and that. I won't eat them all the time, but I'll have them, and I'll make those from things very simple ingredients like egg whites, and include the whey protein powders because they're just the flavours, especially the Time 4 nutrition flavours, really really nice. So
you can stir it in with double cream and peanut butter.
Yeah. I mean, if you want a real treat, I mean that's something.
It's better than going carb. It's just like a fat load. It's high calorie, but
sometimes with the keto diet, because obviously what you find is that the only macro ingredients you've got to worry about, which makes it quite good really, is fats and proteins. So if on certain days you don't feel so hungry and you can go without those fats, your calories for the day is going to be a lot lower.
Yeah.
So on those days, you're going to be able to lose a lot more body fat. Yeah. But you can't do that all the time.
No, your energy goes.
It's almost like if you were a carb man, you would carb cycle. We kind of fat cycle because we'll take like fats and, like you say, mix some double cream with some protein and some peanut butter. We'll mix those together and we'll make a dessert from that. And that's still high calorie, high dense food.
Kill any cravings.
But kill any cravings dead,
any sugar cravings.
Any sugar cravings or anything you've got. So little tricks like that, and have a higher fat day rather than a high carb day. Because basically the calories, as I said before, they all convert to sugar anyway. So
90% dark chocolate is a rescuer as well.
That's very true. Yeah, absolutely.
It says right before the show, if I'm going to cheat on anything, it'll be cereal. I'll still do that about 3 times a week. I have a bowl of cereal, but it probably only puts my carbs up to about 70 a day.
I think to start with, when you first started dieting, you found that you didn't need any carbs at all, and you could go completely. But as you go lower in down, and you've got no body fat. You can't use body fat for fuel, so what are you going to use? There's nothing to restore glycogen levels, So what we've got to try and do then is put some carbs in, not loads, but some, to replenish the carb levels. So that's what you were doing, boil cereal at night.
Cereal with almond milk, and then there's no fat and it's hours before you've eaten any fat, so it's not going to store any fat or mess with your pancreas.
Dairy products in
no, there's hardly any calories. There's nothing in there really.
And as dieters, we tend to try and avoid too much dairy products when it comes to. I mean, with the exception of butter and cream, because they are very low in lactose.
Yeah.
The higher fat content of food is, the lower in milk sugar.
Yeah.
So if you've got a low fat version, it's going to have a lot of milk sugar in it. Yeah. So we want to have the
skinny lattes are the worst thing you can do.
Don't go to Costa, because if you actually look at the ingredients, it actually has sugar to it as well.
Does it?
You know?
Does it actually in Costa?
Yeah, it actually says, doesn't it? Because Natalie found that one out when you went there. Thinking she was healthy. And going to Costa and having an almond coffee.
Oh no, the almond ones are worse. Yeah, but a normal Costa, I think it's only 45 calories.
That's fine. No. And Natalie was having the almond one, weren't you?
Yeah, and then bought some at home.
But it's the sweetened almond
milk.
milk.
And they were completely different.
Yeah.
You know, the one that you buy from the supermarket to the one that you buy from Costa.
It's the unsweetened version that we buy. Yeah, they use the sweetened one.
They use a heavily laden sweetened version to obviously, because like you said, you thought, oh, this is really nice to taste. They couldn't work it out, and then it's got loads of sugar in it. So obviously that's something that we try and avoid, spike the insulin levels and keep those really low is not something that we're trying to do. So that also we tend to supplement wise on the you said about the BCAAs. We tend to what else have you used, Stu? Can you think?
Loads of creatine for me. Pretty much every
creatine,
every drink for me has got a little bit of creatine in it.
That's true. I've used for loading after workouts. I'm going to take creatine. The one that Time 4 do has actually got 4 different creatines in it, and it's a blended one. So they actually work very, very well because they've got best of kind of all worlds, and the products are good. The one that we do use a lot is the water loss tablets, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Natalie especially, and they really work.
Yeah.
Because I've even compared them to a prescription diuretic, and they're not far off. To be honest with you, they're pretty damn good. And Natalie normally suffer, Stuart does as well. Suffer with a lot of water around the leg.
Yeah, especially
areas.
from a job as well, because
you get a lot. Because of course, where he works, he's on his legs all day long. He tends to get a lot of inflammation. And what the water loss tablets do is they just take that water away. So we and especially just before a contest,
it's the hardest bit.
To get that last bit of water off is the hardest bit to get off. They come into their own then, without a shadow of a doubt.
Did any of you guys have any setbacks on this prep?
I had 2 weeks away, so that was quite tricky.
That's
for me.
true.
And
not only that, but he was injured. And also another guy called Justin who did it was also injured.
Same injury as well, actually.
I think you trained together and it was on the same day.
there might be a correlation there.
I think we might have to go back on that and see what you were doing.
I think it was trying to outmatch each other.
Was it? Right. Yeah, there was
a
bit of a competition rivalry there.
We're both like, we're fine, and the next week we're like, I got boom the shoulder.
That's right. Yeah. So both had the same injury, and both struggled with that. I think because Justin is Natalie's other half. He actually had it for quite a few weeks, wasn't it, before the show? Still but it just goes to show that as long as you train around it and you're sensible, you can still you get show ready. And just
you tore your bicep before the bed.
I tore my
mate's just done it at work. He's just done it, and he's got like bruising down here, done it, trying to mess around picking something with a shovel. But he's a power. He's a big guy. And I told him, no, don't stop training. Go and train your legs. And then when you feel comfortable, train bench. Just don't do anything like flies or anything that's going to pull on that bicep at all. Right. And then you'll repair it quicker.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So you had a holiday.
I had an all-inclusive
Cyprus holiday.
Then I had two days back, and then I had a week in America on a motorbike.
So
it's good for the forearms, though.
That was about it. Yeah. I could see that on stage actually. The forearms definitely.
Yeah, they definitely came out.
So.
And then a week's training and back on stage again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So
But,
that was an amazing job, really. I don't think I could have done that. I think the Temptations, you know, when you're prepping, it's so much easier when you're at home to go to prep. And if you have business trips or you've got, you know, functions, everything becomes so much more difficult because Temptation's there all the time, isn't it?
No, I agree.
But you did amazingly well. I mean,
I noticed if you keep your body fat down to a certain point, it's easier to stay there than if you go. If I
Maintaining.
went up to about 12, I would have just kept going.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
But I kept it about 8.
Yeah, you get. I think it just again it probably comes down to portion control and just being sensible, even if the food isn't quite, you know, exactly correct.
Yeah.
As long as your calories wise overall are low, you can like you say, maintain the same sort of levels of body fat and also muscle as well. I think he maintained, you know, about the same amount of muscle mass. He didn't really lose much.
No, I don't think so. No.
You know, so he did really, really well. I don't think anyone else had any issues. Did you have any injuries?
No.
You had a little bit of
On my leg.
on your leg, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that happens a lot. You know, when you're dieting, etc. You know, you tend to get a bit depleted, and your body, you know, gets a bit dehydrated, and that's the time when it's very possible that you could pull a muscle, etc. And I think that's one of the reasons why I always recommend to go a little bit higher reps, you know, and to instead of maybe 6 to 8 doing like, you know, 10 to 12, something like that is better rep range than trying to, you know, hammer out the same weights that you were doing when you were 90 odd kilos.
Yeah, because you just can't do it.
Well, physically can't do it, and if you try to do it, you're going to end up injured, aren't you?
That's right.
So you have to back off.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Train as heavy, train as heavy as you can, but still, you know, maybe just do a few more reps. All right. So yeah, and of course the protein powder. That's a number one. To have some fat burners. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Time for fat burners. We use quite a bit for dieting purposes. They seem to work quite well. Those ones, they've got a good blend of different compounds in them, natural compounds that seem to work synergistically together. You know, especially the last few weeks before a show, you can put those in and they'll have an effect. I think a lot of the supplements, though, they're only as good as the person that's behind them. So you can't just sit there and have those supplements, those fat burners, and then a dozen donuts.
I know a lot of people that do that.
No, doesn't work.
Yeah, and then expect it to all happen. You know, you've got to take those supplements and work with them. You know,
It doesn't matter what you take. Does it? If you ain't putting the effort in,
it ain't gonna happen.
No.
I practically nearly killed myself before that show. I really did. I was in A&E the other night.
You put absolutely everything.
Everything I had. Yeah,
Every ounce.
A Fitbit. I was putting every bit of food through there,
Yeah.
so I kept the carbs down. Apart from every third day, I'd have that like bowl of cereal at night, just to put a little bit of glycogen in. But then that's quite a sensible thing to do at that stage. So my calories were in a deficit every day by probably about 800. Cardio in the morning, 5 in the morning. I was in here. The guy who was opening, there's a guy in here training, but he doesn't open until 5:30. He opened 5 to let me in, until 6, and then in the car. I lay 700 bricks back in here at night for like 2 hours every night. That was 2.5, 3 weeks right up to the show, and in a calorie deficit all the time. And I pretty much broke myself.
That's hard.
My Fitbit was saying I maxed out 3 hours sleep a night, 2.5 some nights. Yeah. But I still managed to do my job. I still managed to do my job as a recover. But I did end up in the hospital having to check my heart the other night. But, everything come back good, even the bloods. I couldn't believe it.
Everything.
After the paper I know about.
Yeah.